Welcome in, everyone. Happy to see you all back here. Hi, I'm Chef JK. Hi there, So. Welcome in, JK. Hello there, Michael. Hi, Car Guy. Welcome. So yeah, we're doing turkey burgers tonight. After coffee, though. I need some caffeine. How's everyone's end of the week been? Mine's been productive. Not very eventful, but productive. I'm currently stuck waiting on my storage to... Well, actually, I've got it all shut off because I'm streaming. But I'm working on comparing different volumes and then getting rid of the stuff I don't need so that my main storage is not at 100% anymore. We need to get that below 80. So I'm about halfway done with that. I was complaining about it in the Discord last night. Last night I was doing the downloading stuff from old archive hard drive, and now that I have downloaded and got it in a place where I can deal with it. I'm now trying to compare it to what I have in my current storage to see if I actually need any of this. I'm about halfway through that now, but that took me all night until just a little before stream. And it's a little annoying because you don't want to do anything else on the machine while it's trying to do storage stuff. I just want to do the job and get it done, but that means I can't do anything else on the computers while it's running. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate your company. Cheers. Okay, where do we start with things? Sweet potatoes, bread. Let's do bread first. Let's get bread rolling. So I'm essentially doing my normal bun recipe, but I am going to try boiling them in a little bit of heavily baking soda water before I bake them. Just a 20-30 second soak on each side. Hi Ty! I hope you're enjoying it. Alright, so bread. Hi Dragon! Nice. We'll just toss it in by hand. How much am I doing? It's hard to see through the glass. Sorry for the banging. Okay, so we got the start of our dough going there. And you didn't even get to see it. Aww. I didn't put it on there. I always do that to myself after doing coffee. Never remember to go back on the cutting board or go on the stove. Oops. Alright, so we're following my normal burger bun recipe for sort of milk bread buns. That's a combination of 4 tablespoons of milk, which I just eyeballed a lot of this, but 4 tablespoons of milk mixed with water and flour, 20 grams flour, 27 grams water. Cook that up into a paste that gives us a sort of started, broken down starch for the rest of the dough. Make that yeast really happy. And then we got another 120 milliliters, 120 grams of half and half that I'm going to use to proof my yeast in. I'm going to give this a moment in the microwave so that it's a warm temperature, let's say 20 seconds. So just about right for our yeast. Nine grams worth of yeast. flour, not AP flour. Hi, Nan Reader. I don't know how long ago that was you got here. Sorry, I didn't see. Let's see here. 320 grams of bread flour. .35 grams of sugar going in with the yeast. .7 grams salt going in with the bread flour. Give that a shake into the flour so that it's not the first thing the yeast touches. We sort of have to mix yeast and salt, but they're not friends. Last thing was we need a couple of eggs. Don't want to mix it in with the yeast. I don't want to do anything that could possibly inhibit that yeast growth, and mixing it with fat, while it's not going to hurt the yeast, it might slow it down a little bit. Go ahead and add those. This is going to be our wash at the end. I'm still going to use an egg wash with this. Hi, Alex. Welcome, welcome. Our yeast is looking happy. Let's go ahead and mix everything but the yeast in here to start. We'll get our cooked. It's almost a roux mixture, like it's a combination of dairy, water, and flour. There's quite a bit of fat there still. Not exactly a roux, but pretty close. Alright, now we add our happy yeasties and the sugar, and half and half. I think that's the first time I've ever measured the sugar in this recipe. I never put this much sugar in this dough. Like, did you see as I was pouring that, it was like caked at the bottom of that yeast jar. I'm saying out of the recipe ingredients in hopes that post-stream the bot will use it for AI recipe generation. It's getting better. It's still not there. Neither are the end of stream summaries. It's often a battle to fix one thing and break two other things, then have to fix those. But it's doing all sorts of fun and cool stuff now. We'll give this a bit of a knead, or you can let it run in a stand mixer if you got a nice KitchenAid. This is one of those doughs that likes to be messy until it comes together. I'm just going to be kneading until we get back from ads. And quick scrub out this bowl that I used previously to make the dough. We'll let it proof in this one. spray the bowl, then I'm going to let it proof in a bit of olive oil. Just to have a little olive oil mister. We'll let that proof. It was still pretty messy when I decided to let it go, but it's also pretty well worked as far as the, like, I was starting to have a solid ball of worked gluten there, or dough. There was still a fair amount attached to the board though. Alright, now we're going to turn our attention over these sweet taters. These aren't a very complicated project though. This is not going to work for them. You are not going to work. No. There we go. That might work. Get rid of the organic stickers. Give them both a good rinse. And chop the ends of each of these. Cool. Then we're going to put these in a pot with some water and some acid. I was double checking acid was the right. I can never remember if it's acid or base when it comes to certain colors and preserving the colors when cooking them. I remember that I need to add acid or base. I just don't ever remember which it is. I'm going to chop this one down a little bit more so that it fits in there better. And so we're going to throw a little white vinegar in there. And we'll start cooking those. Just tambion? Not more tambion? I shouldn't talk. My Spanish is so bad. I've taken several years of Spanish. It just didn't. None of it sunk in. No. So burgers. We got our bun started. Let's prep our actual burgers here. I went with the 7%. Okay, and as what turkey is like is coming to memory, I want to do a couple of things here, I think. Hey, Zeke. %7 fat, yes. And that's compared to most of the turkey there is even much leaner than that. 7 was like the highest ground turkey that I saw at the store there. Most were 1 to 3%. I like the lower fat ones if I'm doing it. This is especially true with like beef. If I'm doing something where I don't need the fat, I don't need the oil flavor to carry, or I'm doing something like tomato sauce or lasagna, or where it's that just you're getting those little bits of beef that are hitting ya. That's when I like the lean beefs. You do something like a burger or something like that, you need more fat to render out and give it the right texture and make it delicious. What was I going to do with this? Oh, breadcrumbs. We're going to do some breadcrumbs. Sort of wishing I had some dried fruit or something to throw in these. Like some cherries or something. I was looking for them at the warehouse store. Didn't see any of them. Meatloaf's another one where you can go lean, but that's because you can add a whole bunch of things to meatloaf to help sort of hide or counteract the lack of beef fat in it. Like, you can add other fats in there, and then you can add things like I'm doing now with, you know, soaked breadcrumbs. You can add in mushrooms. I love adding mushrooms into my meatloaf. Oyster mushrooms are great at... You mince them up nice and fine. Oyster mushrooms are a great simulator for fat and chew. Let that sit. They don't want to sell oyster mushrooms around me anymore. I think it's because they had gotten to be the cheapest ones, even though I think they have far superior flavor to buttons. They're just ugly and harder to chop up nicely. And now they're selling maitakes everywhere around here instead, which are like fancy version of oysters, and they're dirtier. They're just not even near as good, and they're more expensive. They're more intriguing looking. Like, they're cool if you roast them, but that's like... We are killing a little bit of time here with this, if you haven't caught on. We need to let bread poof, as I always say. We got plenty of time with our sweet potatoes because we're going to boil those until they're soft. And then I'm going to slice them and roast them to give them a nice crispy outside. Yeah, this is when they put the loaded commercial breaks in. Everyone knows what I'm up to at this point. We've got things rolling. Either you're engaged or you're not. That said, I am not looking to play ads right this moment. I don't know what time of the hour it is, but... yeah, we got another 43 minutes. Let's see if the bot dashboard's working tonight. Yeah, it's reporting a lot of stuff nicely here. Let's see, what are the odds here? Please don't play something. I can't see. Check the food industry news here. Not much in the general news. Let's see here. No. I talked about that going bye-bye. Anyone looking to go work for Mr. Beast in Greenville, North Carolina? Anyone looking to go get flooded and then hit by a hurricane? Sorry to my family that lives in North Carolina. Let's see here. $450 employees, man. He's got quite a few people working for him these days. I'm never quite sure what is hurricane weather. Is it or season? When does that begin? When does that end? Or is that sort of like wildfires, where when I first moved out here, there was a solid wildfire season towards the end of the year when everything was drying out and we got more winds and it hadn't started raining yet. We now have wildfires year-round. Same ballpark. Okay, so we're at the tail end, and we haven't had many this year. Yeah, I got to thinking about that too. I'm looking all over the place at things, and was looking at one place, and I was like, "Oh wait, this is like in Tornado Alley, isn't it?" And there's no protection for this home whatsoever. Ty, if I'm jinxed, I think it's going to be hard for me to jinx it from Northern California. In other words, don't blame me. They've also made changes with tornadoes in the way they still use the Fujita scale, or however that's properly pronounced. No offense to the wonderful scientist who probably came up with that. But they've made it incredibly hard for it to become an F5 now, apparently. And so it's very likely that we'll have tornadoes that would be F5s in earlier years, not be F5s these days. Might as well add some of our seasoning in here with the breadcrumbs, dairy. Smoked paprika. Garlic powder. Actually, we'll keep using it. We'll give you a rinse off and then keep going. Oh, hush. One of the things I love about the scale and the size. Nice and easy cover for our scale to protein proof it. Let's do 4 ounces instead. it's just gonna stick. I'm just gonna freeform them. Good question, Michael. Are they good baking apples? It was probably a decade ago. It was probably more than a decade ago. Actually, yeah, it was almost 2 decades ago. Back before Whole Foods was owned by Amazon. I went in there and found some Arkansas black apples that were amazing, but at the same time had some, like, notes that you would absolutely not expect for an apple. Like, they straight up had some tobacco notes to them. Would have been amazing in a pie. So since that was a 1 pound package of turkey, that's about 4 ounces of breadcrumbs and dairy I added in there, and seasoning. I'm debating it, Michael. Strongly debating it. Prep our greens. Haven't been to a McDonald's in so long. Last time I went to McDonald's was because we had a hash brown ingredient challenge. At least as I remember. which cost me a fortune because McDonald's hash browns cost a fortune by themselves. Hi, Cosmic. Same thing with KFC coleslaw. Like, not too bad as far as the combo price. Absolutely outrageous by itself. Is it still rigged? Yeah. It's surprising that even now that there's a movie, there was a full-fledged, I think it was like a full-fledged movie, not just a documentary about it. And still, I hear people bring it up, or I see it brought up on places like Reddit or something like that, and people have never, like, what? It was rigged? Granted, it was not rigged by McDonald's. It was rigged by a McDonald's employee, but still. So these are our slices for on top of our burger tops. Maybe even leave some of that over there too. And all the rest of this I'm going to chop up into like a side salad. It's more shocking when it's... Oh no, not really. I'm not going to continue that thought. Let's put it this way. There's some cultures and some governments and government styles where that sort of thing is almost just like accepted for people to be able to have a living wage or survive. You know, they gotta get their palms greased by someone. That said, it's a little bit less in the US, and I wanted to say it's a little more shocking when that happens, but no, not really, because capitalism's that way too. But when you live in let's say you live in a full-on communist state, it's the only way you get an edge up on your neighbor. It's the only way your grass is greener. Is somehow you're getting some cutout somewhere, or you're cheating somewhere, or someone's
greasing your palms. Nice coffee. Finish that one off tonight. Okay. Burgers are ready. Buns we're waiting on. Salad we can do a little more prep on. How's our potatoes cooking through? Let's see how tender these are. We're about halfway there. I honestly could not point out 5 different Pokemon. Like, I get the gist of the gameplay. It's getting worse too. Like, the number of games and things that I have never just even explored, much less know anything seriously about. Like, we got major games like Roblox and stuff like that that are going to be huge in 5-10 years with the whole gaming community, not just youngsters. And yeah, you know, another 5-10 years, they'll have all the adults gambling too. $19.20. Those are probably worth a pretty penny. And probably mostly copper, too. One of my uncles used to be big into coin collecting. Hey, they can see me. Cool. What's going in the turkey burger? I'm keeping it pretty simple. I've got pickles in the fridge. Do iceberg lettuce. I'm making pretzel buns from scratch for the first time, or attempting a pretzel-like bun. Big Mac style Thousand Island sauce. It wouldn't be bad. I was sort of thinking just keeping it with mayo tonight. Pretzel buns. I want to taste the pretzel bun. Nice, Ty. I was also thinking American cheese. I have cheddar, but I was thinking American. So annoyed I bought this for the tater tot casserole the other day and that I didn't use them. Wow, how many times is that tied? The 100 reps tie wrap. Wow. Mushroom and Swiss sounds like a great combo for with turkey. Not the biggest mushroom and Swiss beef burger fan. Do occasionally very much enjoy the way I would make it at home. I don't think I've ever really seen this sold this way. But what's boiling, that would be sweet potatoes. What I enjoy, this is not all the time, but every once in a while, is a beef burger, blue cheese, caramelized onions on an onion roll. The onion roll is like, maybe you find some place where you get the burger, but it's not really normal with the onion roll. I forgot I had switched to be a little bit closer on the sweet potatoes. I was just checking them for doneness a while ago. They're getting close now. The big one needs a bit longer. Nah, I think I'm gonna skip those. I think I'm good with that. That's gonna be salad tonight. What am I gonna do for dressing? I don't know yet. We've gotten some poofage. Not much though. Like it's expanded. It's more expanded than expanded. Oh, hi Will. Sorry I missed you coming in there. That was quite a while ago, but it's reached the top of my monitor. And turn the heat off on the sweet potatoes. Let them sit for a little bit. Warm water to finish through. That's good, that's good, that's good. Do I still have relish in this house? I think I finished that off, didn't I? Yeah. So I think I'm going to give this bread another 20 minutes here to continue doing its thing. I'm not ready to divvy this up into 4 different buns yet. Buns, not buns. What else do we need to get going here? I'm going to start preheating the oven. I keep forgetting it's lower temp on this. The buns are 375, 400 degree bake, somewhere in the ballpark of 18 minutes. I could divvy this up into 6. I was thinking I was going to reuse this water, but it's so red now that I don't think I can. I'm going to reuse this same pot to cook to quick boil the buns before we bake them. But like I said, we gotta let them sit another 20 minutes, so I'm gonna stop talking and actually go do a 20-minute AFK. And I will see all of your lovely faces on the other side.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic tape, letters, numbers, and punctuation marks, processing them through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speeds. Univac can compute payrolls electronically, then produce printed checks in a flash. Over 8,000 checks an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of electronic computing.
Hello, may I come in? I am Chef Boyardee. Perhaps you have seen my picture on Chef Boyardee products at your grocer's. Today I want to tell you about a wonderful dinner for 3. A dinner that only costs about 15 cents a serving. It's my own Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner with meat sauce or mushroom sauce, It all comes in one carton. A full half pound of tender, quick-cooking spaghetti, 10 full ounces of rich, tasty sauce, and to top it off, a whole can of zippy grated cheese. A wonderful food. So ask your grocer for Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner with meat or mushroom sauce, won't you? And look for other Chef Boyardee's products. They're also delicious, they're also nourishing, and they help keep the cost of your meals down. Chef Boyardee's products are at best grocers.
Ask for Chef Boyardee's spaghetti dinner. Only about 15 cents a serving.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister?
No, Ford has new economy twins, so he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is, Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier twosome than this. There's the new size Ford, the Falcon. And next to it, the large economy size Ford, the Fairlane 500. You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced 6-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. 2 new Fords, 2 wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open, quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy. Ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist, and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open. Simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test cottage cheese in new, ready-to-serve portions. Get some soon.
Daddy! Gee, Mom was counting on that Jell-O cake for Johnny's Scout meeting tomorrow. Okay, Daddy. It's so easy to make a cake with Betty Crocker cake mix. I'll make her another one. White cake, devil's food, yellow cake.
It's a good thing her mom's modern. I'm Betty Crocker. With my yellow cake mix, all you do is add water and a couple of fresh eggs. The other ingredients are in the package. Same fine things you'd use right in your own home. You'll get a perfect cake just like this, or write General Mills, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they'll send your money back. A high cake, a light cake, a better tasting cake.
And don't think it isn't. That's why Betty Crocker herself says,
I guarantee a perfect cake every time you bake, cake after cake after cake.
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with power protein, plus vitamin B1 for Go Power. And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Morris, America's finest cigarette, presents the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Show, I Love Lucy. Good evening, and welcome. In a moment, we'll look in on Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, but before we do, may I ask a very personal question? The question is simply this. Do you inhale? Well, I do, and chances are you do too. And because you inhale, you're better off, much better off, smoking Philip Morris. And for good reason. You see, Philip Morris is the one cigarette proved definitely less irritating, definitely milder than any other leading brand. That's why, when you inhale, you're better off smoking Philip Morris. Later in the show, you'll see how you can prove that fact to yourself. But right now, why not light up a Philip Morris and enjoy America's finest cigarette as we watch Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in I Love Lucy.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Orchard fresh and delicious.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
A pleasure, Milton. In just a moment, we'll see how well Milton does at the Pentagon. But if you want to see busy hands at your house, just you offer this lively Christmas party dip that's so good to serve with king-size Fritos corn chips. Just follow the recipe right on the Fritos package. Of course, it calls for the famous Philadelphia brand cream cheese, an 8-ounce package, which we blended with 2 tablespoons of milk till it's nice and smooth, like so. Then come 2 tablespoons of Kraft cream-style horseradish for zesty flavor, a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and finally, a dash of salt. And we'll blend our Philly mixture again. And when party time comes, let the folks enjoy this wonderful Philly horseradish dip with crisp king-size Fritos. There are those busy hands. Just remember, you make the best tasting dips with the freshest tasting cream cheese you can buy. Philadelphia brand cream cheese, made only by Kraft.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. I think that'll do it just fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
If you're a student, a mother active in club work, a man who brings work home from the office, this was made for you. The Remington Office Writer, a new kind of portable designed to give you the extra features you need. King-size carriage, so long it can handle a sheet of school notebook paper lengthwise. Look, the Office Writer types nearly the full 11-inch length of the paper, the only portable it can. The Office Writer types up to 10 carbons, so that even the very last copy is easy to read. Cut clear, clean stencils unlike any ordinary portable. See the exciting new Remington Office Writer at your dealers. The price only $149.50, carrying case at slight additional cost. Available after a small down payment for only $1.50 a week. Terms payable monthly, including taxes and a small carrying charge.
Now, class, Mr. Tiger will show us how Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes cereal starts out.
Is a flake real?
It's a cornfield. Kellogg's toast corn to golden flakes and adds a secret frosting. Helps keep them extra crunchy and delicious. It's part of your good breakfast and tastes.
I know, great!
Sit down to breakfast with Tony, and you'll discover why it's great.
Mr. Tiger, you're wonderful.
Oh, shucks.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways. And you remember the food, too. Superb food, prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. Because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe.
Guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar, have a big surprise for you. you can have your very own mouse guitar just like mine. And look, I wrote out all the instructions so you can learn to play the songs we play on the show. Remember, gang, you can now get the mouse guitar wherever toys are sold for only $4. Hey, I almost forgot. Be sure to see the Mouse Guitar Junior, too. Just turn the crank and it plays the Mouse Guitar theme song. The Mouse Guitar Junior is only $1.80. Be sure to look for this label, gang. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. Now, this package contains the Wonder 10-Day Diet that gives you 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, even includes a jog for your willpower. Yet you take only 3 calometric tablets a day. And here's the sensational free offer. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets. A certified $3.50 value when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. Now, that's a $7 value for only $3.50. A 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Well, just send in this calometric box top with your name and address. Your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. Now, don't lose hope. Lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free postage-paid envelope. Get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets free. Don't wait. Act now.
Something new has been added. The General Electric portable mixer now has a drink mixer for delicious shakes and juice drinks in quicker than a shake. An extra attachment at no extra cost. This GE portable mixer weighs less than 3 pounds, yet it's powerful enough to blend the heaviest batter. Also mixes sauces at the range. It has low speed for cookie dough, medium speed for beating frostings, and high speed for whipping egg whites. And look, this handy push button releases the beaters at a touch. And no dangling cord. You can remove the cord so it stores neatly on the wall. Comes in 4 decorator colors. See it at your GE dealers. Does any mixing job anywhere.
Folks, why do you eat Wheaties?
We like it.
But did you know it's always been whole wheat with all the bran, and bran is one of nature's best sources of food fiber.
That's news to us.
Wheaties breakfast this morning?
Sure, it helps me feel fit.
But do you know Wheaties has bran fiber your body may need?
That's news to me.
Why Wheaties?
Oh, we love the taste.
Have for years. But do you know for years you've been getting something extra for your diet? Bran fiber?
Well, that's news to me.
Wheaties. It's brand news.
Yes, sir. If you want real entertainment, the best place to find it is in front of a General Electric Black Daylight big-as-life television set. Sports, comedy, drama, news, music. Yes, they're all yours, merely at the turn of a dial. This model has a big 16-inch black rectangular tube that lets you see everything that the camera sees, true to life and as big as life. Sparkling contrast and sharp focus give you pictures of such clarity that you feel you're right there on the scene.
Welcome back. Let's take out these taters. it's very obvious who they're marketing to in some of those old commercials. I make fun of the whole meth thing and how, we didn't really understand the full medical implications of certain drugs that were available to the public throughout the years. I mean, Coca-Cola had Coke in it back in the day, still has the processed leaves for flavoring in it. Maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit... people are arguing that a fair amount of what triggered World War II was meth. So... it's sort of become common knowledge at this point that the Blitzkrieg, the Blitz, you don't stay up for days like that unless you're on something. So we got more water here. We're going to bring this to a boil. And this is going to be for dunking our rolls in once they're ready to go. We have seen some more poofish here. I'm still procrastinating on these a little bit. I guess we can get the potatoes ready for the oven. I question every day how far we actually have come. These are nice and soft, so I want to be careful and not break them if I can. Ah. Yeah. Broke on me. Boo. I guess I have to cut these in half. I might leave these just like that. Now these all get sprayed with... Well, let's start with the well-coating avocado oil. Just to make sure we get all of them coated. And then a bit of olive oil, if we can get any flavor out of it at all. And I'm going to wait on the rest of that. I'm going to salt them before I put them in the oven. Criticize me if I don't salt them before they go back in the oven. But I don't want to add the salt just yet because buns. I need to deal with buns first. So we need another pan and parchment. and I'm going to clean up the cutting board a bit. Because space-wise here, I think I'm going to be forming my buns on here tonight. Just a light little bit of flour there so that I can pull all this out. Give it some place to hang out. I was supposed to measure that water. Oh well. I'm just eyeballing, quartering it. And then we're going to fold. This is the wet underside that was on the underside of the bowl compared to the much drier side that's on the bottom here on all of these. That's also got the flour. It's mostly just to keep it from sticking at all. And then fold that drier section inwards. This is a milk bread style bun, but I would not call it milk bread at the same time. Give that a little bit of a roll. We'll go over here to the parchment, where I am going to push and spread out that bun. Oops, I moved off from overview, but I smooshed that down. Same thing. And the smush down is because it's going to be a burger bun, so we want it to be flat, and so it's going to poof up more. I'm actually going to probably push these down once more before I even get to the next part. These are then now going to poof, until they're basically ready to be put in the oven. But instead of putting them in the oven this time, I'm going to be giving them each 30 seconds to a minute in a combination of water and baking soda. That way we get a like pretzel-like exterior. I'm not going to use lye. I don't love the idea of having lye around my kitchen. And so that won't be happening, but I am going to try and do it using baking soda. I don't think I have any big rocky salt. Should I put salt on the tops of these buns like they're pretzels? I have kosher salt. I don't have big Malden salt, and typically they use an even larger salt green for on top of pretzels, and I don't have those. It's like the equivalent of like there's sugars that are huge like that too that they use in certain baking cases that I never buy, too. Not that salt really goes bad, or most sugars never really go that bad very quickly. Saw a disturbing article. Let me see if I can pull it back up. I'm missing which one it was, but if you're unaware, if you don't use Teflon-coated non-stick pans, a vast majority of them are ceramic-style non-stick pans, and ceramic itself, it's not very non-stick. The ceramic isn't anything special. What it is it's ceramic that's formed with pores in it that they have since filled with silicone. And silicone's nice and slippery. there's more and more people talking about the high heat silicone, and especially what silicone they're using in the pans and what grade. And if you're buying a quality pan, are you getting a good graded silicone in the pan? It's also why ceramic pans, even though they're ceramic, their non-stick coating is not lifetime. It gets worse over time because the silicone wears out. No, he's using some other form of like non-stick material that no idea if it's like, I haven't used it myself, so I have no idea if it's the greatest thing under the sun. But to me, I'd just much rather get a proper Teflon pan and baby it, because it is very bad for the environment. Like, I can tell you that I don't know what the material is that the Gordon Ramsay pans are using is. I can tell you the whole hex design thing on it is a whole bunch of marketing BS. Water's ready. We're waiting on buns to do their thing once again. We need another 20 minutes here with these buns. But I think I'm going to fill some of that up by putting together some sort of a dressing for our salad together. Someone mentioned Thousand Island earlier. Was that you, Michael? Someone was. I'm thinking, why don't we do that for the salad? Measuring cup for oil and then for honey. That would be something completely separate from the pan. I used to have one of those measuring cups like Alton Brown made sort of famous, this when you can just roll it down to the right size and squeeze it. I used it until the rubber on it got a little too old and started going. Let's take out some of the nastier parts here for the dressing and save the nice whole rounds for the burgers. There we have 3 for each. I don't like doing that with my knife. It's not good for the knife edge to drag it against the wood like that. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. Homemade Dijon. Mustard, or ketchup, rather. Now the mustard. This is all going into our sort of Thousand Island, not really Thousand Island. I got dirty, so I have to clean it anyways. Mayo. Since, well, we'll do both of these, since we'll do a little pickle juice. We'll do a little jalapeno pickle juice. My hands don't want to slip off the jar. Which they apparently do. Do a little jalapeno pickle juice. I can tell just by the color. Sort of needs more ketchup. I'm going to skip the dairy because that's thin enough. go even further with that, but I think that's looking half decent right there. Get the last of that mayo off of the spoon itself. Make sure I don't got anything lumped up on the walls. I think I got complimented the last time I pulled out the Heinz. Not too shabby. Definitely needs salt. Pepper, MSG, onion and garlic. Onion. Garlic. Beautiful. Now it's even got that big boy tang pull to it now. The onion and the garlic powder. Need that garlic powder in there. Almost there in the buns. Almost. They're starting to look bun-sized. I don't know if there's going to be that much sauce left over. There's going to be some. We can do our other sauce while this is doing that too. That was way too high-pitched and way too loud. Honey, sriracha, mayo. Garlic. Worcestershire. I don't get it, captions. You can understand me saying Worcestershire, but you don't understand Chef JT. Half the time you want to call me Chef Katie. I am not Chef Katie. So that is our... Ooh, yeah. Doesn't need more sugar. That's going to be our dipping sauce for our sweet potato fries. So it's mayo gochujang sauce or paste. It's a sauce. I have like a bottle. It pours as a sauce, but I think traditionally it should be more of like a paste. So, gochujang, mayo, honey, a little bit of Worcestershire, garlic powder, and I think that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm gonna leave any more salt or anything else in there. That's all basically processed already, and it's the gochujang. Traditional gochujang is going to be a bit saltier and fermented, so yeah, it's just a little bit of a journey. No real heat. You can get gochujang and be a bit of spice on there, but with everything else in there, it's sort of mellowing it out a bit. Are we there yet with the buns? I think I'm ready to start in on the buns. I also think we're going to have to cut these and drop them in there, so we're going to need another piece of parchment on this pan. So we got boiling water over here. We're now going to add baking soda. Lots of it too. About a quarter cup for every 4 cups of water, or a tablespoon for every cup of water. Gonna call that good. That foamed up nice and impressively. So beware of that if you're trying this. You need a pan with some actual sides to it. And in goes our first candidate. Last one going in. It's a little weird. It's almost like making bagels. Alright, back over here. Get our sauces out of the way for the moment. Bring our egg back. touch of dairy. Just a couple drops, all is necessary. Although I don't know if it's even necessary at all with the alkaline pre-boil. This bad boy here is looking the best of the bunch. Slits cut, and I changed my mind. I'm going to do some kosher salt on the top of these, but just slightly. We're going to season our potatoes. Potatoes going down in the oven. These also should be going in the oven. Rolls or buns. "18 minutes on the bun set. Getting rid of the cooking water for our buns. Everywhere I read about doing the boil and then bake method with this, they were all like, and it goes directly in the oven. I didn't want to pause forever on it, but I did give it a minute because I just sort of felt like you needed a minute there just to allow a little bit of that water that's on the outside of them to evaporate before they go in the oven, because it's that much less that it cools down the oven. Yeah, I think maybe we do that. I think that's the plan. I'm talking to myself, but I think that's the plan. We're gonna get the griddle out tonight. It's warm in here tonight. preheating the griddle to do our turkey searing and maybe grill some buns. But it's still got another 11 minutes until the buns maybe come out of the oven. Gonna go ahead and cut between these burgers and the parchment so I can throw them on individually. I think, like the buns earlier, they're gonna stick too much. Hey, Famoose. I'm just having trouble getting 4 slices of cheese out of here. I'd normally be all about that, Michael, but I think I'm going to take this weekend as a little bit more of a recovery. I had a rough week last week. And then I decided to have a bottle of wine 2 nights later. I appreciate the sentiment, Michael. I think I'm just going to stick with water and orange flavored water and if I remember to put one in the fridge, I'll finish my night out with the San Pellegrino. Be exciting Friday night here at the Taylor household. No, if I go out, it's usually tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm ever gonna have I'm never drinking again. I don't know. It would take a bit. But I definitely take pauses. I'm definitely not a steady drinker, but I enjoy it here and then, especially when it goes with the food. Yeah, me and tequila are not the best of friends either, in that sense. It's sort of strange, though. It's not really, at least for me, my experiences have just been, they were just bad nights mixed with tequila. It wasn't necessarily like, oh my gosh, I drank so much because I drank tequila. Or, oh, I drank way too much tequila because we were drinking tequila. It was, what did we get ourselves into? Are you sure it was the Cuervo and not the Everclear? I can't necessarily recommend the Everclear drinking parties. They don't tend to end well for, I don't think, really anyone. I can understand that about Cuervo. Cuervo's got sort of its own niche, even from most tequilas. Like, I mean, you gotta have it if you're gonna be a major name like that. There's usually some little thing about it. Maybe it's your business model, but usually there's some little, you do this really well, that's why you're there. We're under 2 minutes. A little less than 2 minutes till buns. So, chat, what's this? We believe that the pretzel bun system worked. Are we going to have just wrinkly buns, or are we going to have pretzel buns? Did the boil work? What's the consensus? That was the word I was trying to think of. Those are pretzel bun-ish. Cut too close to the center, it broke open on all of them. I'm going to let those sit for a couple minutes, and we're going to start in on our turkey burgers. Yeah, we can use you. It's the timer I set myself to remind myself about the potatoes. These are soft. Oh, those are beautiful. Hey, soft. very happy with those rolls after cutting into them. Like, they were even softer than my normal. I think they turned out even softer than the normal, like, milk bread style buns that they're based on. It's getting too much heat over here, I think, though. Buns are just cooking purely on, or grilling entirely on the cast iron heat. I've turned off both of the... Taters. Forgot about the taters. I set a timer and I still forgot about them. We have roasted taters too. Need the plate. Need the plate. You're not warm. Not adding more mayo. Just to make Michael happy. Off. I did consider some sort of sweet jam or something to go with the dinner plate tonight. I think that's a win. I think tonight's dinner was a win. What do you think, folks? I think at least the buns turned out great. I don't know how much a quarter cup of baking soda costs, though. So I don't know what that breaks out to. Gotta use iceberg with burgers and a few other select things. Like, they're great for simple side salads as long as you're putting other things in there. They're basically like chomping on water, health-wise. So it's not like it's bad for you. It's just not exciting great for you. Paid for you by the Romaine Council. Sweet potatoes in this dressing are good stuff. Honey and sweet potatoes just go together great. And then you add in a little bit of funk, a little bit of heat, a little depth, a bunch of umami. Good stuff. Oh, I definitely overcooked the fries, but that's the point, to get them crispy. I could have fried them. I chose not to. Let's get an in-the-hand shot here. You want some of that, chat? Alright, folks, I think that just about wraps things up for this lovely Friday evening. I hope all of you are planning to go out and have some fun debauchery. Just because I'm taking a weekend off doesn't mean all of you should be. In fact, I want to hear about all of it in the Discord. I want to see photos of all the food and the drinks, too. Poker night's fun. It's been a long time since it's been since like college since I was doing poker nights. Maybe a little after college. Barely a little after. Poker night would be fun. But Sunday's gonna be Apple Betty night. I'm gonna be making essentially an apple crumble, but it's called an Apple Betty. Yeah, LA, it's a lot easier for that. I was thinking like friends on a nice night out, playing a couple of rounds, maybe doing a $20 or these days maybe a $50 heads up table, just for fun, you know, not like serious money, but enough that you're putting conviction behind it. So as I was saying, I shall be back here on Sunday. for apple crumble. We got a noodle stir fry for Noodle Day on Monday too. So I'm sort of doing the national holidays here. I need to schedule out a couple of days here. I need to sit down and plan out my calendar for the rest of the month here, because I am planning several nights for Halloween towards the end of the month. You'll see a lot of other streamers start earlier in the month because they want to also get their YouTube videos out there trimmed and cut and published and pretty for everyone to see in time for Halloween. I'm not doing any publishing of videos or anything like that. I just do live streaming, and so I'm just going to live stream. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Let's see who's out there on Twitch tonight. We're gonna raid out tonight. Is this a rare night? No, I think I'm going to leave it right here. I hope you do too. See you all on Sunday. I'm going to go enjoy this turkey burger. Good night.